Good morning, everyone. We are here to consider House Bill 44 by Chairman Jacobs. Quorum is now present. Chairman Jacobs.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the committee, I bring before you today House Bill 44. This bill was brought to me by the Georgia Food Industry Association around about December, and I believe they're here to testify on it today. In the section of the code that says you can't steal a shopping cart and you can't leave a shopping cart on the side of the road, and makes those two things a misdemeanor. There is also a sign posting requirement that says that the owners of a store with shopping carts have to post in at least 3 prominent places in the store, and at each exit from the store a printed copy of the code section. Now, I've never noticed these signs until the signs were brought to my attention, but we actually have an overzealous code enforcement person down in Adel, Georgia, I'm told, that has that actually cited a Food Lion store for not having the code section posted. It's a ridiculous requirement in the law. In fact, I would file it away under stupid government tricks. And I think that's exactly where we should file this one away, by repealing the subsection of the code that contains the posting requirement. You would leave the 2 theft provisions in place and the misdemeanor provision in place, but you would repeal subsection D of this code section so that there is no longer a posting requirement to tell people that they can't steal shopping carts. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I will yield for questions.
Mr. Franklin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At the proper time, I'd like to be recognized to make a motion on this excellent piece of legislation.
Thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, is there anyone else who would like to testify on for or against House Bill 44?
Jason Bragg from the Georgia Food Industry Association. Thank Chairman Jacobs for bringing the bill forward, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that anybody has.
Any questions for Mr. Bragg of the Food Industry Association? Seeing none, Mr. Franklin.
I move due pass on House Bill 44.
Representative Franklin moves due pass on House Bill 44, LC 294474, second by Mr. Ramsey. Is there any further discussion? Are there any amendments? On the gentleman's motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Thank you, Mr. Chairman Jacobs.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That is probably the easiest committee hearing I will have all year.
Don't get used to it.
In this committee and in civil judiciary, I won't.
Especially in civil. Thank you, Chairman Willett, for helping us make a quorum. So I don't forget a second time. It seems that every year
Good job.
I manage to forget to introduce someone at our initial organizational meeting. This year was no different. Let me recognize and apologize for forgetting to do so to our legislative counsel, Jill Travis. Ms. Travis is just a critical resource for the committee. We'd be lost without her. And let me say welcome, and we all look forward to working with her yet again, one more time. So thank you. And please, I would encourage members of the committee, veterans and new members, to take advantage of Jill's institutional background and experience, especially in the matters that we consider here as we move forward. So Chairman Jacobs, members of the committee, thank you. We're adjourned.